Good day, everyone. For this video, we will answer the sample problems in the handout. But before that, I would like to make a correction in the previous video, specifically for the General CEOS or General Cubic Equation of State. I mentioned that um, in the previous video, I mentioned that you can substitute a A as a function of t with the columns. That's incorrect. Actually, you will substitute A as a function of t with this equation. And inside that equation, that is where the alpha as a function of the reduced temperature can be used based on this column. Okay, so when using van der Waals, you substitute 1 to this equation, and then you substitute that resulting equation back into the GCOS. All right, so that's the correction. Let's solve example 5. For example 5, reported values for the virial coefficients of isopropanol vapor at 200 degrees Celsius are these values. So we have B and C. Notice that they are negative, and the unit is cm cubed per mole. The required is calculate the volume and compressibility factor for isopropanol vapor at 200 degrees Celsius and 10 bars using uh, first the ideal gas state and the two-term. Next is the two-term virial EOS, and finally the three-term virial EOS. Let's begin by writing the given in the problem. Okay, let me switch to the pen mode. So we're given isopropanol vapor, isopropanol vapor at this temperature, 200 degrees Celsius, and pressure. We're also given the values for B and C, so just please refer to that. We're being asked for the value of the volume and compressibility factor for the using different equation of state. First is the ideal gas equation. Two, Second is the two-term virial EOS. And lastly, the three-term virial EOS, yeah. Okay, for the solution, uh, so let's convert temperature to Kelvin. That is, just add 273, so that's 473.15 Kelvin. And then we will use R in terms of Kelvin bar cm cube. So this is 83.14 bar cm cube per mole Kelvin. And I got this from Smith and Vannis appendix. For letter A, which is the ideal gas equation, the volume of an ideal gas, just simply use R, the ideal gas equation. So substituting, I will not write the units anymore, but it will cancel out. So you can check over 10 bars. And what you will get here is the value 3934 cm cube per mole. Okay. Next, for letter B, the two-term virial equation. So let's write the equation. V is equal to RT over P plus B. So everything is given to us, and we already have solved RT over P, so let's write that. 3934 cm cube per mole. I'll not write the unit. And then B is given, which is negative 388 cm cube per mole. Okay. So the units agree, and therefore we can directly get the difference, and that is 3546 cm cube per mole. For letter C, we will be doing iteration because it's difficult to solve as is. So by the way, I forgot that we're also being asked for the value of Z. So for letter A, obviously Z is 1 because it is an ideal gas. Okay, so let's box the final answers. And letter B, we also have to solve for Z. So what's Z? Simply PV over RT. Let's derive that. Let's move P to the denominator. And this is simply the volume divided by the volume of an ideal gas. Remember, Z is the ratio of the real volume and the volume of the ideal gas. So we have the two values for, we simply divide them and you will get Z equal to 0.9. Okay, for letter C, we use this equation. Let me show it in the slide. So last time we talked about using this equation. So we'll apply it now. Vi plus 1 is equal, I will substitute already. Ano, sige, I'll write the original equation. RT over P1 B sub I plus C B sub I squared. So this is the three-term virial equation. So we substitute the values. Well, RT over P, we already have, that's 3934. Oops, 3934. And then, 1 plus B over VI plus P over VI squared. Okay, so how do we iterate? In your calculators, um, so, alright, we know the values of B and C, it's given to us. Let me substitute that already into the equation. So this would become negative because B is negative. So that's negative 388 BI plus, oh, C is also negative. So that's negative 26 over VI squared. Okay. So now we iterate. Let me open uh, online calculator. Please hold on for a while. Let me do that. Um, okay, let me share the screen. So this is Desmos, an online scientific calculator. But whatever we're going to do via this online calculator, you can do in your um, handheld scientific calculator. So we will write the equation here, but first, we have to input our first initial value. We have to initialize the value of volume. Okay. So, um, the initial guess for the iteration is the ideal gas value as shown in the slide. Okay, the ideal gas value. So let's move back to the um, calculator. And based on our calculation, the ideal gas value is 3934. 3934. So we input that 3934 and press the equal sign. So now we begin writing the equation, and that is 3934 multiplied by 1 minus 388 divided by, so supposedly we're going to put v sub I here, but instead click the button ends, and for ends for answer, so that refers to the previous answer. The minus 26 divided by answer squared. So what it does is it takes the last answer, which is 394, and puts it in the blank in this box right here. And as we click enter, click enter until the answer will not change anymore. That means the answer converged. So as you can see from the previous answer, it's the same. So we write that as our final volume for the three-term virial equation. The value is 3 for, oops, why is it different? Let me check first. Okay, so I identified the error. This should be 26,000, not 2,600. And that caused the error in the iteration. So let me correct that and go back to the iteration. Let's restart 3934 initialization. So that's 3934 multiplied by 1 minus 388 divided by ans minus 26,000 divided by ans squared. Okay, so enter, 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 and so what we'll get is 3,488. Okay, 3,488 cm cube per mole, and then oops, uh, so calculating for z, oops, z is v over v of the ideal gas. That's 3,488 divided 3,934. The answer is, let me pull up the calculator, 3,488 divided by 3,934.88. 0.8866. But how many decimal place? Okay, so that is C. Alright, so this ends the example. Let's move on to the next. Alright, for this example, there's already a solution in the handout. In fact, let me share this slide. There's a video which you can click and it will show you the solution on a whiteboard. So this is like an inception video within a video, but I will not click this. So if you want to view the handwritten solution on the whiteboard, you can. But what I will discuss is this step-by-step solution. So by the way, why is there a step-by-step solution? This was the time that it was the pandemic and we made course packs. So I had to digitize the solution like this so that the students, even if the students have no access to the video, they can follow the solution step by step. So let's use that to save time. Let's not rewrite. The question is estimate the molar volume of isopropanol vapor at 10 atmospheres and 470 Kelvin using the Redlich-Kwong equation. For isopropanol, use the following data. So you can also check the isopropanol critical temperature and pressure from Smith and Van Ness. With that, let's follow the solution step by step. So this is the given, the pressure and temperature and the critical values. We are required to calculate for the molar volume of isopropanol vapor. Okay, so please take note, it's asking for the vapor. So what equation should we use? We use the equation for uh, the vapor. Okay, so let me go back to the slide. Vapor and vapor like this one. So this is that equation. So remember in the general COS, we have many roots. And if the temperature is below the critical temperature, we may have a root that is liquid-like. Okay, so from here and the vapor-like, which is located here. So for vapor-like root, we use this equation, right? Either that one or this one. So in terms of volume or in terms of the compressibility factor. So in the solution, I use the compressibility factor. If we want to know the liquid-like root, we use a different equation. This one, or I will show it, is a better, I think, in my opinion, this would be also, we can also use this in terms of compressibility factor for liquid-like root. So this is for volume, but this is for the compressibility factor. Okay, so let's go back to the whiteboard. So in order to use that equation, we need to know the parameters for the Redlich-Kwong. So where did I get those parameters from this table? Okay, so for Redlich-Kwong, I just wrote these values. Okay, so let me go back. So those are Redlich-Kwong, and then I solve for the reduced temperature and pressure. And then calculated for Q and beta. Okay? So you may be wondering, oh, this is not included in the slide. I mean, yes, it's in the handout, but not in the lecture portion. It's embedded here in the solution. But actually, those equations are also in your book. So this is another form of beta. So we have a beta in terms of BP over RT, but we also have a beta in terms of TR and TR, and we have Q in terms of psi, alpha as a function of TR and accentic factor. So you can also use those two equations to solve the vapor and liquid-like. Okay, so that's the first step. You substitute the parameters into the equation for Q and B. And then setting up this equation, after getting Q and B, you input those into the formula for the vapor-like compressibility factor. Again, we can make use of the calculator technique for iteration, or if you want, you can use Excel as well. But I guess for practice in the long exam, you can use the calculator. Initialize Z. So it's important to it's important to correctly initialize the value of Z or V, whatever you're iterating. So here, for compressibility factor, the initial value is 1. So we can replace ANS. Okay. So by the way, in the video link, I'm using the Texas Instrument online calculator. So you can see there. And after iteration, you will get the value of Z, and you can now calculate for the value of volume. And that's it. That's actually looks easy, but it's quite long if you're going to do it manually by hand. So I recommend for you, please, to solve this on your own. All right. So even if the solution is there, it's a different experience. If you solve it on your own, you will find out that there are um many things that you need to take note of. Okay, or some um things that you might get careless about, so you have to practice. All right, so that ends example 6. Let's move on to the next. Example 7. Still under the general cubic equation of state, given the vapor pressure of N-butane at 350 Kelvin and 9.4573 bar, find the molar volumes of saturated vapor and saturated liquid N-butane at these conditions, as given by the van der Waals, Redlich-Kwong, Suave-Redlich-Kwong, Peng-Robinson equations. So I will just demonstrate the first two. I will leave it up to you to solve the SRK and PR equations, but as shown in the handout, the final answers are already there. So let's demonstrate van der Waals and Redlich-Kwong. Okay, let's write the given N-butane. N-butane, the temperature is 350 Kelvin, and the pressure is 10, oops, not 10 bars, 9.4573 bars. Okay. And you're being asked for the volume of the liquid like, let's label that as VL, or let's begin with VV. The vapor like VV and the liquid like volume for the different equations of state. So we have uh, BDW, RK, SRK for short, and also PR, Peng Robinson. Solution. Okay, for the solution, uh, I will solve first for the reduced temperature and pressure. So, okay, that's 350 Kelvin over from the appendix of Smith and Van Ness, the critical temperature is 425.1. So that's 0.8233. And then for the reduced pressure, it's 9.4573 divided by 37.96. And as you can see, alright, so that's 0.2491. As you can see, let me go back to the slide. Um, the temperature, the isotherm is below the critical temperature. So that's why we're being asked. And the pressure, yes, is also below. Um, and we're being asked for the vapor and liquid-like volume. Okay, so let's begin with the van der Waals equation. Van der Waals. Van der Waals, PDW, the vapor like. So what equation are we going to use? We can use, let me just copy paste because the equation is very long. For vapor, we're going to use this. Hold on, please. Okay, let me go back. Alright, so we're going to use that. And then just use CRT over P to calculate for volume. But for red liquong, I'm sorry, we're talking about PDW. Let me copy paste also the table. Hold on, please. Okay, so this is the table. For PDW, sigma and epsilon are 0. Okay, so these are 0. So our equation would simplify to 1 plus beta minus q times beta. Oops. Oops. Multiplied by z minus beta over z squared, right? So what we need are the values of beta and q. So how do we solve that? We can make use of these equations. Um, well, these are different from what you have in the handout, but because in the handout, beta is dr over, let me check the handout. Beta is, let me share that. BP over RT. Okay, BP over RT. But you can also use that one. Okay, another version. You will get the same answer. I tried it. Okay, so this, I think this one is easier to use. So let's use that. Using that, beta is omega. Beta is omega, and for Van der Waals, omega is 1 over 8. Okay, so based on this table on the right, 1 over 8. Then we calculated for PR earlier. So let me write that. PR is 0.2491. And then we solve for TR, that's 0.8233. What you will get is beta equal to 0.03782. For Q, we'll use that one. Psi is 27 over 64 for Van der Waals. TR, alpha TR as a function of TR is 1. So let's substitute 1. Okay, so we have to move this, or rather we move the other one. We move that and also this one. Okay. So it's over omega, which is for Van der Waals, it's 1/8 times PR. PR is 0.8233. And what you will get is 4.09935. Next, we substitute into this equation for z. So z is 1 plus beta 0.037782. Okay, minus q 4.09935 times beta 782 multiplied by z minus beta 0.03782. Or in the calculator, you can use the store function over z squared. So how do we solve this? By iteration. So let me pull the Desmos. Where are you, Desmos? Online calculator. Clear all. So this is the for the vapor. Our initial estimate is 1. So initialize to 1. And we write the equation 0.03782. Let me copy that because we will always use that for 4.09935 multiplied by that value multiplied by n's minus that value, and this whole thing, this whole thing divided by n squared. So we enter until there's no more change. Okay, it's not changing anymore. So it's 0.8668. Z is 0.8668. So to get P is simply ZRT okay, ZRT over P. So that's 0.8668 or 83.14. I will not write the units, you do that, but will cancel out for a final unit of volume, cm cube per mole. Pressure in bars, 457 is happening. 70. What you will get is 2667 cm cube per mole. Okay? So that is for the vapor. Like, for the liquid like, so this is vapor. Let's label that as vapor. For the liquid like, we will use a different equation, a different working equation, which is this one. Okay? We'll use that. And based from our Van der Waals parameters, these are 0, 0, so that equation simplifies to beta plus z squared 1 plus beta minus z q beta. Okay, so we can input, I leave it up to you, to input, will not write anymore. We'll use the same beta and q as what we have solved earlier. But a very important thing, this is for liquid, right? Liquid like, our initial z is not 1. Okay, z initial is equal to beta for liquid-like. So very important, take note of that, or else it will not converge. So uh, let's try it. 0.03782, that's beta, and that's our initial. So equal sign plus ans squared multiplied by 1 plus beta minus ans. This parents divided by 4.09935 times beta. Okay, so now I will enter until it will not move, or I mean it will not change. Is it still changing? The first few decimal places not change. Okay, so it stopped changing. I will take note of that. So Z from iteration. Oh, by the way, let's put iteration from iteration. Z from iteration is 0.062059, and therefore V for liquid like. Substitute everything. I will not write it anymore. So that's ZRT over P. What you will get is 191 cm cube per mole. Okay? That's the volume of the vapor, like for the Van der Waals. Okay, now we move on to letter B, which is the Redlich-Kwong. Redlich-Kwong. So similar with the previous equation of state, you determine the parameters B and Q. Okay, so let me just, I will not anymore write in detail the steps. I will already directly give the final answer, but it's the same. We use the same equation from the previous. So what you will get here is 0.026214. So this is 6. And for Q, you will get 6.6048. So use the parameters. Use RK parameters. And then you will also use the same equation for the vapor light. But it's a bit different, okay? Because you have, let me go back to this one, you will use it. But for Redlich-Kwong, only epsilon cancels out. We have a value for sigma, which is equal to 1. So the equation will be transformed into this one. 1 plus z, I'm sorry, 1 plus beta plus beta minus q beta multiplied by z minus beta over z times z minus z plus beta. So it's quite different from the van der Waals. Now, substitute the beta and q, and then iterate. What you will get for z is 0.8305, and what you will get for VV is 2555 cm cube per mole. So that those are the answers. And then for the liquid like, the equation will be something like this: beta plus z times z plus beta times 1 plus beta minus z q. Okay? So iterate again, and what you will get for uh, the value of z after iteration is zero point 0. Again, the initial value is the value of beta for liquid like. It's 0.04331. And P liquid is 133 cm, 0.3 cm cube per mole. Okay, so there's a table of answers from the book. So I will copy paste that to to compare the different equations of states and even the experimental value. So let's analyze that. So this is from the book. So for van der Waals, we calculated that. And then for Redlich-Kwong, we also calculated that. We have for SRK and Peng-Robinson. But the experimental is this one. So what do you notice? Which one is the nearest? So the nearest answer to the experimental value is Peng-Robinson for the vapor light and for the liquid light. So it's the nearest or most accurate. Van der Waals is quite far. Okay, so um uh I guess the most complicated solution, the most complicated equation of state would give the most accurate answer for it in this case. So I will leave it up to you to apply the equations for SRK and PR, and you should end up with the following answers. And this ends example. What example is this? Example 7. Hi everyone. So we will continue with the next example, which is example 8. But before that, I would like to give an additional information about other equation of states that we will not discuss in detail in examples, but there's also the Beatty-Bridgman equation of state and also the Benedict-Webb-Rubin equation of state. Just in case you encounter them in the board exam or in the future, at least um, there's a name recall, or at least you're familiarized and it's not alien to you. So anyway, I guess these people, the names of the equation of state, maybe these people are graduate students and these are their thesis. Their thesis is about establishing an equation of state. Uh, I guess anyone can also, if you're interested in your graduate studies, you want to establish a new equation of state, you can pursue that as well. But the equation states that we have presented to you are the more or less established ones. That's why they are already included in books. All right, so let's proceed with example 8. For example 8, we're still under the general cubic equation of states. We're being calculate for z and B for ethylene at 25 degrees Celsius and 12 bars by the following equation. First, the truncated virial equation using the virial coefficients. So we have values for B and C. And next is Peng-Robinson equation. Okay, let's write the given as usual. Given ethylene. Ethylene at temperature 25 degrees Celsius and pressure 12 bars. And we're being asked for letter A, the truncated virial EOS. We're being asked for Z and D. Okay. Using the truncated virial equation, given the values of B, so I'll not write them anymore. So please just refer to the question. And then the PR equation. Okay. So for the solution, let's first calculate for the PR and PR. So for the reduced temperature, 25 degrees is 298.15 Kelvin, and the critical temperature based on the appendix for ethylene, it's 1 point, I mean 282.3. So the reduced temperature is 1.056. I meant critical temperature, okay, 282.3. For PR, so the given value is 12 bars and the critical pressure based from the appendix is 50.4. So this is 0.238. We'll be using this later on, but not for letter A. I just want to solve that first. So for letter A, which is the sorry, the virial equation. Okay, virial equation, uh, virial EOS. Well, first, let's try to solve the um, ideal gas volume, which we will be using in the iteration. It's RT over P, so that's 2066 cm cube per mole. And then we write the virial equation, which is PV over R, Z equal to PV over RT, 1 plus B minus V. So in the three-term virial equation, we can now substitute the value. So let's iterate for B. Okay, so RT over P is 2066. So I put that in the denominator. 1 minus the value, the given value of B is negative 140. So that's there. And then um, for letter C, it's positive 7272. Okay, so let's just move this and that's over V squared. So now we iterate for V, and what you will get here after iteration is 191 cm cube per mole. So that's the answer also already on the slide. And for Z, what you will get, so Z is PV over RT, so just simply substitute 0.929. Okay? Next is the Peng-Robinson equation of state. So I will copy paste the table again. Let me go back to the table. So that and the equation. So what we'll be using, refer to this one, this table. So refer to that one. And then we're being asked for the uh, V, calculate for Z and V. So, but let's check first. Okay, so the given temperature is greater than the critical temperature. So, going back to our figure right here, let me find that critical temperature. I mean, the given temperature is greater than the critical temperature. So it's here. Obviously, it's going to be vapor. We're going to use vapor. Although the pressure is below the, let me check. TR is T is greater than just a bit, okay, and P is less than. So it might be somewhere here, just right here, okay, but it's still vapor. So we will use the vapor equation. Let me copy paste that equation, vapor. We use this. Okay. And then let me copy paste the other equations that we'll be using, just like in the previous example. Okay. We'll use this and this. So now we will use the PR and TR that we solved earlier. Okay, so based on the table for Peng Robinson, uh, sigma and epsilon are these values 1 plus square root of 2 and 1 minus square root of 2. So I will not write them anymore. So please refer to this one. I will encircle that or put a check mark. Okay, so use that. Okay, so just use Robinson. So um, we try to solve now for uh, the alpha as a function of TR and eccentric factor. What is the eccentric factor for this ethylene? For ethylene, based on the, let me find the eccentric factor based from the appendix. Hold on. Okay, so for ethylene, the eccentric factor is 0.087. 0.087. And then, so the next thing that we need to do is to solve for beta, Q, beta and Q, okay, and then substitute them into our working equation. So let's try to solve that. First, beta. Okay, for beta, we use this equation. So substitute the value of omega and PRTR will not show that anymore. What you will get is beta equal to 0.017537. And then for Q, you need the alpha as a function of TR and eccentric factor. So you have to solve that first, alpha of Peng Robinson as a function of TR and eccentric factor. Substitute TR and eccentric factor. What you will get is 0.97. Let me double check. Yeah, 0.97. Next is, now that we have that, we can calculate for Q, which is psi times 0.97 over omega times TR. And what you will get for Q is 5.41. So now that we have beta and uh, Q, substitute that back into our equation here and then iterate. And what you will get for Z is, for Z converges. So the gas value can be 1, okay, for ideal gas. Z is 0.92. And is that the same with the answer? Yes, it's the same. And V would be, so you can calculate P, which is ZRT over P. V would be 19.6 cm cubed per mole. So those are the answers. Okay? So that's how you will use the equation. So um, the difficult part would probably writing the equation in your calculator, because this is going to be long. You have um, omega and epsilon. I mean, sigma and epsilon. Okay. So that's it for example 8. And let's end the video for now and just continue with the next video.